Someone asked me to talk about Digidesign Avid. Uh, I was on board with that equipment way early before anybody was really into it. Digidesign used to make a program that you could transfer audio samples from one sampler to another. So you could take a whole sound library from an Emu and send it over to S900 and Akai. But you'd have to do it one sample at a time, and you'd have to map it out, and that's how I got my start. And that program eventually turned into Sound Tools, which was a 2-track editing program, and from Sound Tools it turned into Pro Tools, and I was on board with that from version 1 before anybody was involved with that. There was other hard disk recorders out, the Diaxis. There was another one, Digital Dynamics. But the thing that happened is Digidesign was the cheapest one, because a 4-track system was about $5,400 plus your Mac. So I would put that in my car and drive it all over the place and demo everything to everybody. And when I was selling it in the early days, the deal I made with people is, I will spend a day training you on this, and then you're set to go. And in 30 days, come back, or I'll come to your place and have all your questions, and I'll answer all your questions. And that's how I got people, involved in Pro Tools. So I got in, like I said, got in on the ground floor. Eventually became a rep for Digidesign, and they flew me all over the place to do seminars, and I was constantly going out and trying to get dealers involved with this, but it was very hard in the early days. Nobody really wanted to touch the stuff, but they knew to call me when they needed me to bring a Pro Tool system, sync it up, grab things off tape, rearrange them, and put them back. But I think that Digidesign was the key thing for me. It was fun working for, but it was also very hard to work for, because they constantly put pressure on you to sell more and more and more to the dealers. I would have dealers stocked up as much as they could take, and then they would tell me, call them back and ask for a favor that they order more. And I just couldn't make that happen. So it was a lot of pressure. I worked for Digidesign for 2 years, and then they laid me off. Their stock had went from $49 and it was down to, I think it was like $10 or so. And I had the smallest territory, and they let me go. I found out later that they let me go because all the other reps were connected with, they had connections at the Digidesign, and I didn't. But it was actually a blessing in disguise, because everybody that worked for Digidesign now doesn't work for them, and they've moved on. It was a blessing in disguise for me. So that's the Digidesign Avid story.